Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's DJ. I just started here on YouTube. This is my first ever filmed video. I just did my face, was doing it on Facebook, but then went off and changed a little bit. So I'm here just to want to talk about my favorite makeup products, my go-to items that I always use every time I put on makeup. I already know, before anyone clocks me, I'm in the learning process, but that doesn't mean I can't start making videos. Just want to let you guys know that, just in case you're wondering. So let's start with my base. I always use two different primers, not at the same time, depending on how long I'm going to have makeup on. If it's like a work shift, I always go with my trusty e.l.f. drugstore $6 Blemish Control Primer. Here we go. Can you see that? Blemish Control Primer. This has a kind of slick feel when you apply it to the face, but if you have a lot of acne scarring, maybe some pimples, blackheads like me, then this is a great product. It's only $6. Can't beat that. Also, I breathe a lot and I breathe loud. My apologies. Anyways, another one, this, if I'm going to be wearing makeup for hours and hours, I really love Urban Decay's Optical Illusion Blurring Primer. Now, this is a mini. I'm still working on getting a big one for myself. But this one mattifies the face so good that everything is locked in. Like, this consistency, I don't want to waste, I have a little bit left. This consistency, it doesn't really feel dry, but it feels matte. And it literally flattens everything that's on there. Like, it's, let's say you're in a mountain setting, cover this shit over that and it's like flat and you have like a smooth base to work with. So that I do recommend. Foundations. I have 3 different kinds of foundation, 3 different brands that I really do like. One that I use more than the others, but if I didn't have this one, I would go to these 2. And my go-to one that I have on currently is the Fenty Beauty Soft Matte Long Wear ProFiltr Foundation. Now, I have oily skin, oily combo skin, more on the oily side, so I always want something matte, just because I always want it to flatten my acne scarring areas, as you guys can see in the light reflection right here. This is really good, and people say that it oxidizes quick. Not really on me. I don't think it does. I don't see it that much, but this $34, and I'm always out of breath. But this foundation's really good for oily skin. Love that. Another one good for oily skin or just for a lot of different skin types. This is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. Now, this was my first luxury kind of foundation that I start off with. Comes off a little orangey on my skin, but I still really like it because it's very full coverage, and this does last a long time too. So if you want something similar to Fenty Beauty, like a couple bucks less, I believe this is like $27. I think it's like $27 or $26. This is a good option as well. Now, if you don't want to spend the money on luxury foundations, I do like luxury when I can, but if you want to spend $5 at Walmart, this is the WetNWild Photofocus Foundation. Full coverage. Like, girl, this, the applicator, I'm going to show you the applicators and the other ones. This applicator is like a flat paddle. It's like that. And all you do is just tap it on and blend it in. Full coverage. $5. Now this has, I've seen some people break out with this foundation. I haven't broken out. I mean, I already do break out anyways, so I didn't see a difference with this one. Back to the MAC. The MAC and the Fenty Beauty are both pumps. So to let you guys see that. The MAC foundation comes in a screw top bottle, or you can buy the pump for $10. I know that's a little messy. We dropped the cap, but we are not going to get that now because we, ladies, we don't move. Alright, now on to concealer. Now let me tell you, I had a concealer over here and I lost it, but this is the one I recently started getting really into. It's full coverage as well. The Urban Decay All Nighter Long Wear Waterproof Concealer. This really brightens and it covers good. Like my under eyes, I always have dark circles. Not anymore. Like this, dark circles, who? Girl. I also like to use this under my eye as like a base. Instead of using an eye primer, I like to use this because it covers everything and it really gives the colors a spot to shine. So that concealer is really good, and it's $29. I know, this little thing, $29. But you know what? If it works, it works. You know, if it works. Let's go on to brows. So I have two different products. This first one is the Urban Decay Brow Beater Microfine Brow Pencil and Brush. So you have your spoolie on one end, then you have the pencil on the other. Now, I like to use this to kind of line my brow before I add the brow. I have a little sample of Anastasia Dip Brow. It's not the actual container. I like to line it first before I fill in with this. So those two products I really love for brow. The Anastasia one has a lot of pigment. I know my brows aren't professional, but they fill in pretty good. The color is good. Goes good with like my hair color. This is the shade Soft Brown, and I really like this for brows. Now, let's go on to setting powder. I've only used one setting powder before, and this is by the brand Coty. This is the Airspun Loose Face Powder. You can get it at Walmart. It's under $10. I mean, great. This is the shade Translucent. The back looks like that. It just lifts open just like that. Has a little powder puff. Just like that. The smell. So let me tell you a funny story. The way I got into this setting powder is whenever I used to go to drag shows at the Scorpio in Charlotte, North Carolina, my friend Tiffany Storm, her dressing room smells like Coty Airspun. A lot of drag queens use this. A lot of makeup lovers use this. It's just a really good setting powder. It just really sets concealer beautifully and keeps your face alive much longer. So I do recommend the Coty Airspun. And our next product, contouring bronzing. So I used to always contour my face with the e.l.f. Contour palette, and then I started getting more into stuff that had more pigment. And you know what? I have that palette in here if you want to see it. I don't have it. Ha! There's the joke. But I use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This has really good pigment. You can tell. Bronzed pretty nicely. Really like it. It smells like a tanning salon. Like, it's not terrible. It smells like a tanning salon. I like it. And now your product looks like that. Just like that. It also opens up on the bottom where you have a little mirror, which that's a tiny ass mirror. I don't use that. No. And this little attachment that it came with, I don't know who's gonna apply bronzer with this. Not me. But once it closed, I just go ahead and get my regular brush, which I'll get into in a moment. Just use this just on here, wherever you contour. I don't really cream contour. I don't feel the need to. I do want to try doing it soon, but Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, great. Let's go on to eyes. I have several eyeshadow palettes here that I really do enjoy very much. And let's start with the one and only. I have all four of them. I'm gonna label them right here. All of Jeffree Star's eyeshadow palettes. Now, Jeffree Star is very controversial. We know this already. I have been a huge fan of Jeffree Star since MySpace, since his androgynous phase. I am just such a fan. That music brought me like life. And so when I found out that he started a cosmetics line doing all his lipsticks, I was like, girl, that's smart, because he's always had iconic, very unique makeup. So I thought, ooh, eyeshadow palettes. Hold up. Which I am having on my eye. I have let's start off with that one. This palette, the Blood Sugar palette. This is one of my favorite palettes. It actually is my favorite palette because I love the looks I see online. As you can tell, I tried to make something out of it. It's like a trunk. You have these locks, open them up, and then you open it up. Just such array of colors in here. You can do like neutral colors, like, so you have some soft browns up here, you have the white for maybe mixing with other colors, you have your dark like fall vampy colors, you also have your pink and your purple, you have a couple good shimmer shades, especially this white for brightening a brow bone. It's really good. But yeah, you can go neutral, you can go bold, you can go colorful, you can do a lot with this palette. This retails for $55 and it's going to be restocked soon on his website. I follow him a lot. So, this is my favorite palette. Love the Blood Sugar palette. A+. Let's go on to the next palette. Let's start with his first one, the Beauty Killer palette. Now, the Beauty Killer palette was Jeffree's first ever launched eyeshadow palette, and when you open it up, you have all these shades in here. Very cute. Now, I'll tell you, it doesn't look like it's been used much, but Prom Night is such a beautiful shade. It's pigmented, and it has, like, no fallout, which I like. I don't really like fallout. I mean, I'm going to pick it up with the brush anyways, but I really like this pink shade. I've used this blue shade in crease before with other blues. It looks really good. I'm looking at myself in the camera. I'm looking at myself. I need to look at you. So, Princess is good for like inner corner, maybe going over the lid. Rich Bitch, I love to cover my lid with when I'm doing a look like this. Like, I would use Rich Bitch if I could, right there. Even Courtney as a transition shade, it's like a soft, peachy nude kind of color. And then Black Rainbow, I really love if you're doing a smoky eye because it has glitter in it. You see that? See the glitter? This is a great palette. If you wanna buy a palette from his brand just to try out to see how it works, this would be good because you have your neutral tones. You also have your bright colors. It's a little mix of both, and that's a great palette. Number 2, the Androgyny palette. Now this one, Jeffree stated that this is his neutral palette, and I can see what he means because let's say you cover up that. That's very neutral. Like, you can do such neutral stuff with that. You have neutral for deep tones and neutral for light tones. Or when you cover the top row, you have your bright colors. You have your blues, that green, that red. Or if you block one way, you can do a look with that. You can do a look with that. So this, I can see why he calls it neutral. Whenever I do my blue looks, if you see on my Instagram, which I will link below, I love to combine these two, this teal and this dark blue, to make like a nice crease. I haven't tried the green much yet. I really do need to. I love using Androgyny, that shade, for like a neutral look with some browns. That looks really pretty. I love using frosting. I've used it as a highlighter. I've used it in my inner corner. Really love it. Charmed. When I do my orange tone looks, like my orange coral colors, I love putting that in the crease. Oof, it's so pigmented. Has a lot of fallout, but it's okay. Just pick up the fallout and put it in your face. And then Dominatrix, that's another good one for neutral colors if you want to darken your outer edges. That's a really nice palette too. A+. And now we have his more recently released eyeshadow palette, the Thirsty palette. I use a couple of good shades in here. Let me tell you about them. So open it up. So it's very summery. This was his summery eyeshadow palette. And so I love using, so he has this row of glitter shadows. This one is called Filthy Rich. It's just very subtle pale gold. The silver one I love using with blue looks. I love using this shade Snatched if I'm doing something purpley or rose gold. And Plunge, I love doing that with my orangey tones because it really makes it pop. Also, I use these two when I'm doing blue eyes. I always use those sometimes under the lash line, or the yellow is good to mix in with oranges. If you wanted something neutral up here, you got your cool tone peaches. I use this shade Parched as after I put the concealer over my eye. I like to use that to kind of set it in place for the colors to shine. So that is another very good palette from Jeffree Star Cosmetics that I really love. Jeffree Star for the win. So next, let me talk about this other palette. Where are you? Kristen Leanne. Urban Decay did a collaboration about last year with Kristen Leanne. She's a YouTuber as well. Hey girl. This is the Kaleidoscope palette. So many colors. Now, when this palette came out, I was reading and watching a lot of reviews on it. People weren't really a fan of the shapes. Like, you have your rectangles and circles and squares. I think it's really cute. It's, like, fun and whimsical, and you still have a lot of good shades. I really started using this gold with my peachy orange colored looks I really love. I used to always highlight my brow bone with this white one. It's called Brixton. Leo and Brixton are two shades that are in one, but I use that for highlighting the brow bone. I put this over highlighter sometimes. When I'm doing purple looks, I use this one. And that Spitfire is really good with colors like this. Very good, diverse palette. Also, let me tell you something before I get to brushes. This is the brush that came with the palette. I really love using this brush. So, Urban Decay makes great brushes that come with palettes, because normally palettes that come with a brush, you don't really use them. But this one, I like it very much. So, winner. Next up, let's go with my favorite. You see this cheekbone? You can see it over here. You see that highlight though, and on the tip of my nose. It's hard in this lighting, but I love highlighter. Let me tell you, the #1 highlighter ever. Jeffree Star Cosmetics, these Skin Frosts. These are huge pans, and let me tell you, I have a big face. Look at this next to my face. That's a big pan. This is the shade Sarcophagus, right here. And I'll tell you, Sarcophagus was a shade in Jeffree's Skin Frost Pro palette, the 24 karat gold palette. It's right there. Once he launched his liquid frost, he also launched a Sarcophagus in a full pan, because people were requesting it. Like, when you touch this, hold on, just one wipe, and it's just so blinding. And like, when you put it on, I'm just gonna put more on, I don't care. Ooh, I love a good highlighter. It's so buttery. I have plenty of shades, but this is my go-to Sarcophagus, just like pale gold color. Favorite. Also, that I got turned on to the same day that I bought my Fenty Beauty foundation, I bought the Fenty Beauty Killawatt Foil Freestyle Highlighter Duo. And this one has Mint'd Mojito and Sand. This, touch this, touch all this. Bitch. And then this one, this rose gold. Are you kidding me? Look at that. Those colors. Oof. Girl. Gotta swatch them. Look at these. Oof. Such pigment. They're just beautiful. I'm just gonna wipe it on my shorts because I'm dirty. Yeah. Rihanna makes really good highlighters. This is $36. Oh yeah. Also meant to tell you, I'll get the prices in the end if you want me to. The Skin Frosts are $29. $36 is a lot for this little thing, but it works, so I really like it. Finally, oh, Kylie, controversial Kylie. The only product I own by Kylie Jenner is the Wet Set highlighter palette. This is from one of the holiday ones. I don't remember which year, but let me tell you. All right, so these really do feel wet, like they say. My favorite one I like to use is Sweet Dream. So when you touch it, ooh, look at that. It's very pretty. Or I really also like Frostbite. It's kind of has like a duochrome shift. See the pink shifts. I also really like sugar coated. This is the most buttery one. Ooh, girl. These shades are really pretty. And also the bottom gingerbread, you can do, this is better for deeper skin tones, but when you look at the color, look at that color. These are really pretty. Such different colors for different skin tones in here, which I think is beautiful. You can use that as an eyeshadow, like over a lid if you wanted. So this retails for $65. This one's not available anymore, but I got it on eBay for only $45. It's the real thing. It's beautiful. You can see my desk. It's a mess. But just look at these colors. Can we talk? Okay. Close that. Let's wipe off our fingers. Highlighter. And then I think the next step, we are going to talk about brushes. So I have a couple different styles of brushes. Let me start with the brand that I started with first. These ones are by the brand BS Small. Now BS Small, this set, I have a couple more that it came with. This was only $10 for the set. There's 10 brushes in the set. This is my eyeshadow brush. As you can tell, the color has really taken over. This one is my pencil brush. I use this for under the lash line. I'll use it from inner corner for highlight. This is the foundation brush that it came with. Now, I haven't used this in a while. That's why it's clean. I haven't used this in a long time because I'll show you in a minute why. This is the highlighting brush that I used to use all the time before I got to this one. So you'll see. This is my bronzer brush. And then I just use this for my bronzer. Also, let me tell you, ever since I used that foundation brush, I went and bought a beauty blender. Now these are $20 retail, $20. And this one, you wet it and then it really applies foundation very good. It applies it really good. This is the sapphire blue one, beautiful. But, and when I found this guy, the Morphe blending sponge, girl, under $10, does such a better job actually. Like my beauty blender is great, I'm still gonna use it, but this Morphe one, it's angled so you can really get in the corners really well. And so the next product I want to show you, these are my other brushes. So this is the Morphe Y14 brush. This I use for highlighting. Now this was only $6. I mean, come on, $6? I just use this to apply my highlight. And it actually applies it better than the other one. And it's like gold, it's pretty colors. Next, another Morphe brush. This is the Morphe E29 brush. Now this is like an angle detailing brush combined with a spoolie. I used this, here you can see better like that. I used this brush for my brows, and so this was $5. So we're not arguing with $5. I mean, we're not arguing. So the next one I want to show you. These, I have 3 of them. These are by the brand It Cosmetics. These were gifted to me by my best friend Deja. Make sure you follow her on Instagram, DejaLee14. These are by It Cosmetics. They're glittery. You have a foundation brush. I have not used this for foundation yet because I use my sponges. You also have this, it says it's a shadow brush. I use this to pack on my shimmer on my crease, and it worked really well for that. So I like it for that. You also have the powder brush. Now, I just dust off powder with this brush. I don't really use it for anything else. I tried it for contour, but I felt like the point that it makes doesn't really help it apply. That's why I just prefer using this one because it's angled too, and it really just gets that spot really good. Those are my brushes that I really love to use. Now, let's go on to eye products. Okay, so I was turned on to this eye mascara, and I really like it. It's a little bougie, but this is the Urban Decay Troublemaker mascara. Now this, let me show you the applicator. So it's a little spiky. Here, I'll put it up there so you can see it. It's a little spiky at first, but it really goes on well. It stays on all day. Cute packaging. It doesn't take really much muscle to like rub it off. But I like it. It works. They called it sex proof, but I wouldn't use it during sex. No. And next, the next mascara. This is a sample of one. This is the Benefit Bad Gal Bang mascara. Now this one, so the applicator looks kind of normal. It's kind of angled like a cone, but I really like how they make them. I used it on on my lashes today. See that? They really make your lashes like you can see from here, like see how they're really popping? That really works. And then if you really want your lashes to really show, if you use this, I got a sample of it. This is the Lancome CILS Booster XL Mascara Base. Now, obviously it's white because it's a primer. So you put this on before your mascara, and it brings your lashes to life, girl. It works. So those two and the Urban Decay, really nice. I'm sorry, but my nose, it's getting cold outside, so my nose is like, no, it's not having it. Let's go with more eye products. I really, really love, these are the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencils. So I have a bunch of colors. My favorite out of these colors is the shade Chaos. I'm wearing it in my waterline right now. It just brings any look to life. My girl, Nikki, who worked for Urban Decay, used to, she really introduced me to this blue. It's just beautiful. You can do like a really neutral taupey like eye, and this will bring it to life. It's just beautiful. Those are great. Also, from Urban Decay, I have a lot of Urban Decay. I love their brand. These are the Urban Decay, where's the letters? The Heavy Metal Eyeliner Glitters. I put this in my inner corner. I use it for inner corner. I'll put it on my eyes. I've seen people put it on their brows, put it on their lips. You can put it everywhere, and they come off pretty good. I have a silver and a gold. Look how shiny those are in the bottle. Like, wow. These retail for $19. They're still really pretty good. And next, I want to talk to you about lipsticks. So let's talk about the one that's on my face right now. I'm currently wearing the WetNWild Mega Last Liquid Catsuit lipstick. This is the shade Nice to Fuchsia, and it's like a dark pink magenta. Like, obviously it's not lined pretty well. I just want to match the look. So this one is not too drying. Like, I've had it on for a couple minutes. It feels very comparable to Jeffree Star's liquid lipsticks, which we are about to talk about. But there's the applicator and the wand. It's nice and angled, so you can really get in there. It's like that, and they have really nice pigment. They last all day, cruelty-free and vegan, $5. Who can't go wrong? Next, Jeffree Star's Velour liquid lipsticks. These are just some of the colors I have. But man, I tell you, girl, let's just get one of them. So, like, this is one of the holiday ones from last year. This is the shade Mermaid Blood. Now, the color is just a matte teal, but the packaging is glittery. They just twist open. They last all day. Same kind of applicator as WetNWild. These are just really good quality, animal cruelty-free and vegan. Last all day. I'll actually tell you, I did my cut creases that I did today. I actually used the white one. This is the shade Drug Lord. So when I used this to cut my crease, you can tell. Look at that color that's on there. But cutting creases with this white is really good, and it's not flaking off my eye. Obviously, they're not even, but it's like staying put on my face. So I recommend Drug Lord. I mean, if you want to wear a white lip in public, go for it. But this is really good for detailing. You can put this in the waterline. They are all eye safe. All of his liquid lipsticks are eye safe and stuff like that. So, but if you can't shell out the $18 for this, definitely go with WetNWild Liquid Catsuit. Be aware on some of the shades, some of them don't really have much pigment, some of them don't last as long, some of the metallics are good, some of them aren't, but this matte magenta shade is lovely for $5. Love it. And now let's go on to, oh yeah, this other liquid lipstick. Let me shamelessly plug my girl Lauren Moreau of Moreau Regime Cosmetics. There's a kitty on it. This is the shade Mean Jolene. It's like a dark blue. It's gorgeous. $20, available on Moreau Regime Cosmetics. There we go. It's such a pretty color. Finally, let's get on to setting spray. Now, this is the Urban Decay, yet again, Urban Decay All-Nighter Pollution Protection Setting Spray. Now, I'll tell you, the Pollution Protection Setting Spray is waterproof. So if you get the regular one, it may not be as waterproof. This one's made for that. And plus, the mist is really good. It's just like, it's just really fine mist. Actually, let's set. It just has a very different scent. But this is $34. This stuff does cost a lot. We'll just say that. It does cost a lot. But you know what? When something works, it works. I'm not going to argue with that. If it works, it works. That looks like that's all. Actually, let me actually show you this highlighter, guys. This is new from WetNWild. This is from their special collection, their Fire and Ice collection. This is their Mega Glow highlighting powder, and this is the shade Halo Walkers, this blue. So look at the detail in there. It's really pretty. But like, look, when we touch this, oof. Hello. 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 It's just really beautiful. I just want to show you that. Yeah, guys, I think I have another minute left in this video for it to be 30 minutes. So I want to thank you guys for watching my video. Stay tuned for more. Leave a comment down below if you want to see anything else from me. I know it was a long video. I'm going to try and shorten them. But that's it. Thanks for watching. And remember, love yourself. Over and out. Mwah.